watching J&J Dissect The Walking Dead.
Yes!
Hey everybody, and welcome to a special day, well, usual time for us over here at J&J Dissects The Walking Dead. Today we're going to try again with a little bit of technical difficulties back on Monday. But we're going to go over Season 8, Episode 5. Once again, hopefully we can make it all the way through before one of our internets gets dropped. So it's just this little caveat there with net neutrality going on, and as you guys know, we don't want to lose that crap, so if you guys can, write to FCC and make sure they don't lose it, because otherwise more like of this crap would happen all the time. Before we go ahead and jump on in, let's go over our usual announcements. We have a couple charities going on right now. If you look down below on our Twitch and YouTube channel, there should be links for our American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. If you guys can donate, please donate towards that charity. There's also a link on our Twitch channel towards Red Cross and aiding out, helping out with the hurricane relief. Still, especially Puerto Rico, still trying to recover down there. If you guys can donate, we understand that, especially with the holidays coming up. I know money could be tight. What you can do to help us out is just like, subscribe, follow us on all the social medias, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Head on over to echo5studios.com. I should have some free time to update that a little bit here and there. But most importantly, it's probably YouTube. If you guys can like our videos or subscribe to us, that way you're up to date with all our videos as released from there. Watch some of our backlogs as well. But with your help, we'll bump up metrics, and the more people click on us, the more ad revenue we get. The more revenue we get, the more we can donate, because 100% of all revenue goes towards charity. And we can't tell you guys to click on those ads, but do with that information as you will. And James, we got another big announcement, right? Before we go and jump into this episode.
Oh man, so we tried this on Monday, and I was stoked, and I was 100% healthy. But now on Wednesday, I've caught one of these kids' colds or whatever the hell kind of germ they infested me with. So I'm still stoked. But for a couple of weeks now, I've been working on trying to get a special guest, and it goes back to last year. I read a collection of books by an author, and in his books, they're obviously about zombies, and he had a special series that he created called Snapshot. And this series took, it was basically interactive with the reader. So he reached out to his fans, and he asked his fans, hey, if you want to be immortalized in the zombie genre in a horror zombie book, send me your name. If you want to be a hero or a villain, where you're from. And you can see yourself in one of my Dead Snapshot books. So I took that opportunity to reach out to him, and I said, I would love to be in your book. From Albany, I want to be a villain, all that good stuff. Thought I'd never hear back from the guy, and lo and behold, literally a day later, he reached out to me, told me Albany would be perfect location. So without further ado, this author's name is T.W. Brown. Very good guy, very good author. He's world renowned. He's written tons of books. I personally have read 11 of his books, 10 of his original Dead series. I've read the Snapshot Las Vegas book, and I plan on reading some more of his work. It's just, he's an amazing author. He gives you a different kind of spin on zombies. So, when he reached out to me and told me that there's a possibility that, Albany would be a snapshot, he just had to finish up his projects. And, the final snapshot that he was going to work on would be Las Vegas. He told me once he finished that, that book, he would start looking at different projects. A year later, I saw that Las Vegas came out, so I reached out to him again, and I told him what Jay and I do. At this point, we've been doing this for over a year. I told him we do it for charity. Of course, I try to see if he was still going to write a book about Albany. But I also shot out this incredible website of Jay's, and I had the brilliant idea, I guess, of asking the guy if he can come on, just thinking that maybe it's shot in the dark. This guy, he probably won't have time to come on and whatnot. Again, he emailed me back right away. He said he would love to come on. We were just waiting a couple of weeks just to make sure we had everything set in stone. So I was kind of like building it up. But now that everything is set in stone, next Wednesday, we will be dissecting Mr. Author T.W. Brown. So it's a pleasure to, and an honor to actually get, a guy that's so world renowned, and he writes about zombies. He has his own take on zombies. Just a brilliant writer. His work is magnificent. It grabs and keeps your attention. So, for him to come on a show and him to interact with us the way he is, that means a lot, because we don't get paid doing this. We do this for fun. And I said it on Monday. It's just an incredible shot in the arm for Jay and the website, and for J&J Dissect. But mainly, this is incredible. All the things that Jay has done, going to the Walker Stalker conventions, he deserves, things like this. He deserves good things like this, and the website does, because he does this for charity. We don't get paid for this. And he's invited me to do this week by week, and he's always consistently there. So to be able to set this up and to have the author talk to us is almost like my way of saying, hey, this is my part, and hey, I hope I hope this takes the website to the next level for him, and for J&J Dissect and all the fans. So next Wednesday, we're not going to give away too much of his work, because we want to save that for next Wednesday and let him talk about it. But we're going to work out the kinks and the technicalities, and we're going to get this guy in here, and it's going to be a longer show, and we're just pumped to have him. And obviously it's Thanksgiving, so we're not going to talk to him, until probably Sunday. But we're just pumped, and I'm getting a whole bunch of interview questions that I want to ask him, and then we're going to shoot the breeze and just improv to it like we always do. But it will be a special, and it's exciting. So I'm like, I said it on Monday with a lot more enthusiasm, because I didn't have this goddamn children's germ shit going on. But it's like being a kid in a candy store, just a dream come true to speak to somebody, Jay gets to do it every weekend when he has all the Walking Dead cast members at his house for brunch. Yeah, I know. So instead of getting, and I appreciate talking to Greg Nicotero on the telephone, and special shout outs from Lenny James and Ross Marquand, but to actually have a celebrity actually talk to us, just talk to us exclusively, that's incredible. So definitely stay tuned. We're pumped. Like I said, we're not going to get into his work too much, because you can look it up for yourself. The Dead series. You just type in T.W. Brown Dead. He has a ghoul named Ava. He has the Dead Snapshot books. He has a lot of other work that he works on. So we're not going to get into that. We're going to let him talk about it. Let him talk about his work. Let him talk about what he does in his personal life, and just go from there. So a lot of word vomit there, but we're still gonna get into this show that we got cut off from, because one of our internet sucks. I'm gonna say it's mine. But episode 8-5, Big Scary You.
Yes. Yeah. Get a chance to look at the bad guys, huh?
Hey, that's my that's right up my alley. So, I before we even get into the episode, looking at the ratings and the viewer per episode. It's staggeringly low. I mean, they kind of came up a little bit in episode 4 with 8.69 million, but these are numbers. These are 3-4 million lower than their best seasons, and it's a shame because this is a really good season. It's just how they're going to recover. I really still think it was it started with the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And I think season 7 was so bad, and so many people are telling me, oh man, The Walking Dead isn't the same, but
yeah,
you can't give up on it.
Yeah. I heard we're too invested now. I mean, eight seasons are going into the 8th season now. It's tough to turn away, even after a really bad season 6 finale. Well, I can't even say it's really bad. It was the last minute. Yeah, that's it. That ruined it. I think season 6 itself was the best season, in general. But that cliffhanger just totally tanked. Crapped in the bed there. And 7 is just a drag-on show. They introduced too many characters, I think, and too many different storylines. Like you couldn't really get to know Negan because it was so limited, screen time because they had introduced so many other people.
Right.
It didn't mesh well for anybody, I don't think.
Yeah, and it is what it is, and we're on episode 5. I've enjoyed this season. Jay's enjoyed this season. The Big Scary You. I'm gonna let Jay start off since I did so much goddamn talking. Jay, your first impressions of the Big Scary You.
I like it. I like being able to see the bad guy's point of view over here, the flip of the coin. And it's just tough to call them bad guys sometimes because, it all depends on what side of the coin you're on. What side of the fence you're on, which line you drew in the sand, which side you ended up on. It's just happens to be Negan's team. And I liked it for the most part. I think some of the conversations got a little bit too blunt to the viewers, where there wasn't, I guess, much intelligence needed. I think a Walker could follow along, where, for instance, it was kind of ironic with you had Xavier Woods and Simon Ogg having not Xavier Woods, Xander Berkeley and Simon Ogg, different X names, having a conversation. Those are the actors' names. Having a conversation, and Simon Ogg actually tells them, "Oh, you don't have to go back and retell everything, but this is what exactly happened, play by play, anyway." And it's just like, And then again with Negan, in the trailer, where they're just trying to paint him as a good guy, but it's just being a little bit too forced down the viewers' throats.
Yeah. And I agree with that. I think that they're trying to stress it too much. It comes out as it's not natural. You watch the other side, literally. They had the meeting that Negan had talked about in episode 1 when he walked outside of the sanctuary, and Rick and the 3 different factions are out there, calling him out. He said, we were in the middle of a big meeting. We actually got to see that big meeting. And we got to see, Negan's point of view in terms of how he's the leader and how he stresses that people are the resource when he has somebody like, Simon, who wants to kill people to make examples, kill multiple people. And Negan stressed throughout the episode, we kill 1 or 2 people in the most brutal way possible to make a point, and we have the rest of the people fall in line and work for us. That's how we continue on with the way of life that we have created. Killing off the workers is not the answer. So that's important, because if you look at the ocean side, how they lost so many of, they all lost all the men. And then you look at the library, I think they're hinting that Simon Ogg or Stephen Ogg as Simon.
Sorry, I combined his names. Sorry about
that. I think they're hinting that Simon may have been responsible for killing off, he was responsible for killing everybody in the library. Mm-hmm. But I think they're hinting that Simon was also responsible for killing off all the men in Oceanside, because that's not what Negan would want to do. So you know, you got that sense that Simon was the ruthless killer here. A lot of callbacks to season 1. We talked about that, but a big question to Jay here is, you know, with everything that happened in the episode, with the reveal that, you know, the saviors are starting to get a win, that they have a rat in the sanctuary. With all that we saw, the conflict between Daryl and Rick, the saviors themselves, and we talked about this on Monday, but where do you think Eugene lies? Now we've had a little bit of time to sleep on it a little bit here. Where would you think Eugene lies? Is he truly, you know, dissected to the saviors, or is he still part of Rick's team?
I think he's Eugene's team. He'll go wherever he feels is gonna be safest for him. He's not as, you know, he carries the phrase the survivor, but in reality he's not his survivor at all. He's his parasite basically, and he'll just latch on to whoever can guarantee him, you know, security, you know. And I think he got a little you know, thick-headed going to Negan's side there, getting all the pickles, getting the ladies, getting the video games. He got treated with respect, which you never got really from Rick's team. But I don't think that's gonna win him over. I think what's gonna win him over is, like I said, just living. You know. Yeah.
And we talked about this Monday, and it's hard to recap after we recap.
Yeah.
Because it's like, did we just say this? But we did, but we didn't say it to you guys.
Yeah.
Xander Berkeley, or Gregory's character, is like the mirror image of Eugene. Gregory is doing whatever he can do to survive. He's playing both sides against the fence, just like Eugene. The questions that we had, and we thought that maybe Eugene was a mole for Rick's group, and he's doing things out of revenge for the loss of Abraham and Glenn. We realized that there's a possibility that Eugene is just going to play whatever side is winning the war. Same as Gregory. Whatever side he feels is the strongest, he's going to manipulate the other side, you know, so he can be safe and he can make it to another day. So you have this sense that you have these two characters, and they're very important characters here because the Sanctuary thinks both of them, you know, are complete moles. And, you know, Gavin, Simon, and, you know, not Dwight, Gavin, Simon, and that girl, they all think that Eugene is the one who, you know, caused, you know, Rick and, you know, they all think Eugene is the one, he's the rat that gave all the information to Rick and his group. So we discussed that last week, and we said they're not going to focus on Dwight. They're going to focus on Eugene or Simon, and the episode was focused on Eugene and Simon. And it took Eugene to use his intelligence to figure out it's Dwight who's the rat. So, you know, take it for what's going to happen now. Is Eugene going to, you know, dime out Dwight? Is he going to help Dwight? We don't know. And if we were to guess, we could be wrong. Either guess. You know, that's how good these writers have been this year. So, love the trailer scene with Negan and Gabriel. I think, like Jay said, it was a little bit forced there. I loved how he opened up, and I loved how they stuck to the comics. The Here's Negan storyline, they stuck to that. So now they can have a flashback there, and they can actually have the Here's Negan storyline play out. I love that. I love how they used the gut trick, callback to season 1. Callback to season 1 also, when they're in the trailer, it reminded you of Rick being in the tank. Just a lot of callbacks there. The chokehold between Rick and Daryl. You know, Rick said to Daryl, chokeholds are illegal. You see the little tension between Rick and Daryl there, just like the tension was with Rick and Shane. A lot of callbacks. I love it. To me, the episode was very complete for a filler episode. It had everything you wanted. It had zombies, had action, had a cliffhanger. We don't know what happened to Gabriel.
Yeah, he's sweating a lot.
Yeah, man. What do you think happened to him? Do you think he got bit?
I mean, that's just by the symptoms. That's looks like he got bit. You know, I don't think he was faking. I think he got bit. I think he's gonna try to use that to get close to the doctor to get him out.
Yeah, and how about this? You know, in the comic books, you know, even though they had the Sasha moment where, you know, they remixed the Holly death, could that possibly have been like trying to throw us through a loop, and they really remix Holly's death with Gabriel? Because they still haven't used that trick, the bag over the face, like they did in Fear the Walking Dead. They haven't used that trick yet. I could actually see them doing that, you know, with Gabriel, because we didn't know how Holly died in the comic books. She just died, you know? So could this be like Negan, you know, Gabriel dying and Negan using him to get into the, you know, Alexandria? It could be, you know?
That's possible.
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah.
Why not?
They do like to do that, mix it up a little bit, but at the same time hit the same notes, at least in the comics.
Yep.
I'll just be sad. Like, I guess it wouldn't be the only reason why he got captured. They did get a chance to explore Negan's character, so you can see that as serving purpose.
Yes.
For that as well. Yeah, I could see that. I could see them bringing him down there. The same technique there to give false hope, and then throw him in there and see what happens.
Yep. And you know, and then of course Rick, and somebody asked me why would Rick walk by himself and then, you know, walk toward the garbage pail kids. This is all a plan. That was Rick's plan. He's been taking the Polaroid pictures. If you look closely at what he's been doing, you know, those are going to be tied together. I think he's going to use those pictures, you know, to tell the garbage pail kids, hey, look, because he made a point. He was holding something in his hand. It looked like the pictures if you look at the trailer. And he said to the garbage pail kids, you'll be dead just like the Savior. So maybe he's using these pictures to tell the garbage pail kids, hey, look, you know, you need to give us another deal or we're going to kill you all. That makes a lot of sense. But we're bringing back the garbage pail kids. Scott Gimple said they're going to bring back Oceanside, Jay's favorite people. So we're going to see these groups again and hopefully get closure to them, because I think that they were just stretch on groups, you know. So hopefully we can get some closure to these two different factions and see where they go from here.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really care for either faction, to tell you the truth. I don't know what the hell Rick's doing, try and trick him to join again, and then what? You know, and then Negan makes him a better deal. I can't trust those fuckers.
Yeah, you really can't. And
I don't know what he's trying to game at here. I can see the Polaroid saying, hey, look, we're stronger than him. Here's us taking over. Here's proof.
Yeah.
But they're just... No, you can't. I don't understand. I'm not sure why I trust him in the first place. They couldn't even cross the pond to get, you know, deer from the boat.
And they really couldn't even... They had Rick at such a disadvantage with guns pointed at him, and they still couldn't even kill off the Alexandrians. I don't care if the Kingdom came in and Hilltop. They had the chance to put them away, and they didn't do it because they don't care. Like, that's... I know everybody's like, you know, everybody will say, well, James, you always say it's for drama. No, I mean, that's the characters that they wanted to pick these garbage pail kids as stealers, as thieves, as kleptos, but not as killers. Mm-hmm. So it's fitting the bill. So I don't know why. I agree with Jay. I don't see what Rick would gain out of, you know, collaborating with these guys after they screwed him over 3 times now. You know, come on. Why would you do this?
That doesn't make any sense to me. You know, unless he plans on screwing them over in the end anyway. I mean, that's about it. But still.
Yeah. We'll see. You know, again, it was a filler episode, and I thought it was very complete. We have 3 episodes left after this Sunday. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I mean, we have 3 episodes left, including this Sunday. So we're winding down. And big things should be happening. We're going to see Rosita. We're going to see Michonne. We're going to see Carl again.
Yeah.
They're all coming back. So the group, we're going to start to see the full group of Alexandria. We're going to see what happens with the Hilltop. And then we're going to have to go back to the Kingdom and see Ezekiel and Carol. See, exactly how they're doing with their big defeat and the loss of all the Kingdom soldiers. So
yeah, they lost a lot.
Oh, my God. And, we talked about that last week about how the 50 cal just ripped you apart, and it literally wiped out an entire army. So,
yeah, we'll see. I mean, how do you convince your people to fight? When they lost a good portion of their force. A lot of people stay behind were guards and non-combatants. So, eesh.
I know. So, I mean, Negan again. We still haven't seen the counterpunch from Negan as of yet. We saw a little bit of we saw a defensive blow, with the 50 cal, but we haven't seen Negan go on the attack yet. Mm-hmm. And obviously when he walks in, as the saviors and the workers are, starting to become combative with each other, and he walks in and he sets shit right. He didn't go in there to just say, oh, I'm back and, we're going to just let these people live. No, Negan is starting to, he's coming back to say, hey, we're going to fight. These guys piss me off. It's time to make a message out of them. I want the King, the Widow, and Rick, which is the title of the next episode. I want those three so I can make an example out of them. So...
Yeah. That's the whole point. Again, he just wants to kill the bare minimum to, set the message and bring everybody back on board to his plans.
And what a way to do it, to kill the three leaders of the factions against you.
Yeah.
So.
That'll do it.
In a different world, can you imagine if he actually, obviously, if he does do that, the show would have to change from, it would have to be specifically... following Negan at that point, but let's be smart and understand that that's not going to happen. But can you imagine if that actually did happen? Wow.
Yeah, that would change. That's a game changer right there.
Game changer.
That's everything. Everything falls from there. It's like pulling a Jenga piece and the entire tower falls.
Yeah. So imagine if The Walking Dead was, basically the type of movie or book I would like to read or watch, where Negan actually was victorious and he had Rick, Maggie, and King Ezekiel on their knees, and he followed through with Luciling all three of them in front of all three of the, the communities. Can you imagine what kind of a show or what kind of a story that would be afterwards? It would be complete monopoly.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I don't know what else. Yeah, that would that'd definitely separate the series from the comic books.
It would. That's a hard left turn,
right,
if there wasn't one. I read some disturbing things about season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead. The showrunner Scott Erickson said there was no way that they were gonna, at the end of season 3 and his almost like his exit interview or his swan song. Yeah. They said that they weren't gonna film in Houston, Texas. It was just where that that villain was from. But as you read more and you look and see where they're filming for the next season, season 4 is being filmed in Houston, Texas. Now that may not seem big to a lot of people if you don't remember or if you have, very short-term memory. But Eugene, Abraham, and Rosita all congregated in Houston, Texas. At least Abraham did. So the crossover, a lot of signs are pointing to it being Abraham. I mean, I don't want to spoil it. I don't know if that's true, but if they're going to film out of Houston and they're talking about a crossover and Abe is from Houston, what?
That's too much coincidence. Too much of a coincidence.
Yeah, so it kind of like bugged me out, and I had to talk about it because if I talk about it, maybe it won't happen, you know. So I just told myself that if I just talk about it, you know, I'll be wrong. But it just I just think that would be such a drop ball moment, man. Just let it go. Don't worry about that. You got the perfect setup.
Right? Don't bring back people who are dead. It's like just do a
Yeah.
flashback then if you want to see them. Not...
Oh man, exactly. You know, make a secondary show, a tertiary show or whatever it's called. You know, make a show that's, you know, about Daryl and Merle and or you know Andrea before, or that group, that Atlanta group when it first started. You know, give you another a viewpoint of everything. But don't bring Abe back. You know, can you imagine? I love them, but I don't want them to waste.
Yeah.
I don't want them to waste this crossover on that. And it's a shame because Abe is such a great character. I don't want him to come back in this form. I don't want him to come back in this sense.
I don't build it up like this either, you know?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, that would be a
So,
letdown.
I mean, it would be a letdown. But you know, I had to get it out of my chest. You know, I just been reading up on it, and I just said, "God damn it." You know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. A couple of questions for Jay. You know, basically people ask me my opinion on what I think is going to happen in episode 6. So Jay, we're going back to one of your favorite groups, the Garbage Pail Kids. What do you think is going to happen in episode 6? Don't just we're not just going to talk about the Garbage Pail Kids though. What do you think is going to happen with Rick and the Garbage Pail Kids, with Michonne, Rosita, and Carl's reemergence here? And do you think they're going to let us know what happened to Gabriel? So three questions for you, because I talk about this with the people during the day, so they want to get your opinion. Where do you stand? Your predictions?
So we have 3 episodes. So now we can start talking about, you know, real world framing of time. You know,
Yep.
where do we think they're gonna end the season on? I think there's gonna be Gabriel masked towards the end. I'm not sure if that's gonna be like the second to last episode, like the ending for that. So you get built up for the last episode, and then the last episode is just the carnage and the fighting and everything else going on. And
Okay.
I don't think that will be the season or mid-season finale, you know, reveal per se. I think it'll be a lot of damage. Not so much like a cliffhanger or a, you know, mid-battle or something like that. It might be like, you know, wow, they just got knocked down a peg again.
Yep.
I could see that happening for the mid-season finale, and then next half would be them, you know, fighting back.
Okay.
And what happens from there. So that leaves us with the Garbage Pail Kids and Oceanside still. So definitely Garbage Pail Kids this episode. Where did Tara go? Tara's with
Maggie.
Maggie now over there because she went back with the Savior. So I was thinking maybe she'd go out to Oceanside.
Okay.
Maybe Garbage Pail Kids will say no, and maybe that'll be the push that Rick needs. That we need to go talk to Oceanside again and try to get them over.
Makes sense.
I don't think the Sabres will find him first and kill him off.
Nope.
Like you said, I don't think that's Negan's way. I think that was Simon, and you
Yep.
know, and the thing, the proof of that was that Simon had that guy that was running, you know, with
And
the group.
Gotta pay attention to this stuff. Not you, Jay.
Yeah.
But you have to. People who look at this series with tunnel vision are really. It's a disservice to yourself. You know, you're spending every Sunday night watching this show. So this show has been on 8 years. That 8 times 52 weeks. You know, I say the show runs for about 26 weeks. You know, 8 times about 30. You spent 240 weeks. So if you look at things this way, and you forget about things that are mentioned in the show, or you say, I don't have time to really look and see all that, but you're the same person that says the show is boring, it's because why are you wasting your time watching it? Use the whole show. Simon has killed entire communities by himself. Oceanside lost an entire community because they went into hiding. Negan thinks they're all dead, probably. Negan has to yell at Simon and say, "Are we backsliding?" That means it's Simon reverting back to his old tactics.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay is absolutely right. That's Simon who has killed everybody. I'll let you finish off. And I know you said this Oceanside and the Garbage Pail Kids, and then I'll let you finish that, and then I'll let you give us your prediction on Michonne, Carl, and Rosita. No interruption. Sorry.
Yeah, they'll be back. I'm not sure where they can go with the storyline. You know, obviously, they each had their own real life things going on.
Yep.
Man, yeah, I think we'll have to. I don't know how we're gonna fit Oceanside in there.
Do you think that? Do you think that somebody who used to be a Marine is going to come with a 50 cal? He's still a Marine, but do you think that he's going to come with a 50 cal by himself, interfere in the show, and take the rest of the people in Oceanside out? I mean, just to...
I mean, someone should take out the Garbage Pail Kids first. I think they have to go first.
Okay.
Luckily, I got a chance to meet a couple of the actresses that play there.
Okay, good.
For both, and they're both, awesome people. It's kind of, like you hate the characters, but they're really good people in real life. It makes you like them a little bit better. But still, I don't understand why they tried forcing these two groups in there. I think that just convoluted the story even more.
I agree.
And completely unnecessary. Yeah, I don't know how they can get Oceanside in there before this mid-season. I think that might have to happen next mid-season.
I agree.
Be completely wrong, but at the same time, I think we're going to start ramping up towards Negan's group making their attack.
Yep. Think that this episode starts that, Jay?
I think we got to put one more build phase in there. Maybe at the end of this one.
Okay.
But then that might not have enough time for 2 more episodes. Because you can't do like that big battle with 2 episodes, I don't think.
All right.
But you never know.
It's gonna be a tough one, man. It's gonna be a tough call here.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential because you still have Kingdom. You can cut away to that and see how the hell they're doing.
Yes.
You
got Hilltop.
The Hilltop. What's going on over there with those prisoners. You can always throw in a scene over there where they're trying to escape.
And Alexandria.
Yeah, Alexandria. I think that's gonna be a focal point coming up. And you also have this, random people out somewhere. Where's Morgan? We can always catch up with him. Daryl. Where's he going?
Yeah. What happened to Heath?
Yeah. Heath. I don't think he'll be back this half. We'll see.
I don't think so either. I think that my honest opinion about Heath, and this is, I talked to one of my friends, and I said that Heath was going to turn into a Morgan type character, where we're going to get breadcrumbs of where Heath is, and I don't think that Heath is coming back until either, like Jay said, late this season, or possibly next season. But I think we're going to get breadcrumbs second half of this season about where Heath is. I don't think that they can just take a character like that and just make him completely disappear without giving you some sort of breadcrumbs. They could pull a Lenny James and they could pull a Morgan because the character for Heath, the real life actor for Heath, is very busy. He does he's in tons of different projects, but I think that they're going to start to let us, second half of the season, little breadcrumbs. They're going to start to mention him, and then you're going to be surprised. He's going to surprise you. I wouldn't mind seeing him as like a Morgan type character. Let him do his shit on the side, and then slowly come back because he's such an important character.
Yeah, but in the comics, he had a big part, and
he had a huge part coming up.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how they're going to rewrite that.
I know, but they rewrote Morgan. In the comic book, Morgan was completely different, even though he had the same arc in the comic book. Mm-hmm. He started off the exact same way, and then the comic book kind of did this.
Yeah. And
Morgan in the show is kind of doing that. So, they could totally rewrite Heath. Yeah. But we'll see.
I think they'll have to now because the story's so different. So.
Yeah. But whatever, we're gonna see. great job. We always like to get Jay's point of view here. I tried to, since Jay has such close relationships with the producers, try to get him on the show. If you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Charlie pulled a random card a couple of times. I mean, I would love to see Jay pull a random card and just show up in the show. That would be awesome. I mean, I would make that. That'll get about 15, 16 million viewers a week. Random.
See what we can do.
Yeah, just talk to him over Thanksgiving. I got a couple of them coming over. But lots of questions that are pertain to the mystery guest. What we thought, we asked Jay the one question with 3 different parts. Easter eggs. I think we went over that. The Easter egg of Rick, Daryl putting Rick in a chokehold. Remember, Daryl also said in season 2, when Rick and Daryl were on the side of the road. When Rick fought Shane, Daryl said, "I don't see us coming to blows on the side of the road like that. Neither of us will win that fight." That literally happened. So it was almost like a call out to that speech that Daryl gave Rick. And then, of course, the trailer part with Negan and Gabriel, that was reminiscent of the tank scene and the downtown Atlanta scene. A lot of callbacks there. Just basic little things they've been doing all season, bringing back season 1 and incorporating it to the year. So somebody said, can you just point out all of the Easter eggs from season 1? Those are the 3 that I caught, the 3 big ones that I caught. If anybody knows of any more, please shout it out in the comments or, on a YouTube video when it's posted, or on the website, or on Facebook, or on Twitter, or text me or whatever. Just let us know if you caught any other Easter eggs, because we missed any. We would obviously give you a shout out for that. Other questions. A big one was, could I give zombie movie suggestions during the show? So talked to Jay just before the show, and we thought it was a good idea. So each week I will be suggesting a zombie movie to watch. And it's one that I've watched during the week, because I will watch 5 zombie movies in a week, probably. At the most, I'll watch 5 or 6 during the week. That's just me. One that stuck out for this week was Contracted Phase 2. The reason why I didn't pick part 1, even though that was the superior movie, I just got finished watching Phase 2. And I tell you what, the reason why I'm picking that is because the person I talked to said they like the gory zombie movies. And this one was kind of like a zombie movie with a twist, but it's disgusting. It's gory, it's disgusting, and it's on Netflix, so you'll be able to stream it. But the zombie movie of the week to watch is Contracted Phase 2. So check that out on Netflix if you like. We'll be back. Every show we'll do a zombie movie of the night or the week. But definitely check us out Monday to review The Walking Dead episode 6, and then check us out next Wednesday, because TW Brown will be in town.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. If you guys haven't read any of the stuff, go pick it up. And if you guys are a zombie fan in general, which I assume you are since you're watching this show,
yes,
you're gonna tune in. Should tune in, because you're gonna have a good conversation with an author who writes about this stuff, and it's gonna be pretty crazy to get that insight from somebody. I
know, and it's different. It's a different take.
Yeah,
like we won't get completely into it, but I will say this: his zombies do eat flesh. The way to kill his zombies are a bullet through the brain, but his zombies are very different than the Romero zombies. I mean, they're any flesh-eating zombie derives from George Romero's original flesh-eating zombie, but they've been remixed, they've been remade. He's so creative. He's taken it to the next level with how he's created his zombies. So it's going to be fun to hear where he came up with the ideas from, and just where he got the idea to be more interactive with the fans and write books about fans that write in and say, hey, I want to be part of the zombie genre for all time. And so it's just going to be cool to talk to him. So
yeah, I'm excited. I like to pick his brain.
Yeah, Jay is the he's the more focused one. I'm probably going to be all over the goddamn place. Like I probably won't even be able to talk, which is going to be surprising. But I'm really going to be like starstruck, because it's like, damn, for real? You read the guy's stuff and you see that thousands and thousands, like tens, 20s, hundreds, thousands of people buy his stuff. He's coming on our show.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. So definitely make sure you tune in. Tune in Monday. We're gonna see what happens in The King, the Widow, and Rick.
I'm excited. This whole season, I'm still excited.
Yes. What would you rate the season? What would you rate the season so far? Like, what grade would you give this season up to this point?
I give it a B, high B plus, something like that.
Okay.
Solid. Nothing stand out. Nothing crazy, but it's been pretty high bar. Like I said, maybe close to like a A minus, but it's definitely a good season. Nothing like no stand episodes where it's like I need to watch it, but at the same time, no episodes where I'm gonna fast forward through it. Okay.
I mean, they don't have I think they don't have that memorable episode. They do have. I'm gonna take that back. Some Guy to me is in my top 10, but I don't think they have that. I think Some Guy was the episode. I just don't think. I think season 6 had, like, by episode 4. I think all 4 of those episodes were must watch again. Yeah. Every single the first 4, including the Morgan one. I mean, it was unbelievable. You had to. It had. It was replayable. So, I agree. I think that this season, I would give it, if you gave it a number grade, I agree with Jay, 90, 91%. It's up there. Is it the elite? Is the valedictorian of zombies, Walking Dead seasons? No, but it's up there.
Yeah.
Another question from me to you, Jay, is which did you like better? Fear the Walking Dead season 3 through 5 episodes, or The Walking Dead season 8 through 5 episodes? Tough question.
I think they're close. I think they're comparable to each other. I think Walking Dead, just the history of it has edged out a little bit.
Yep. I agree. But it's close. Yeah. Can you believe we actually said that, though?
Yeah, right? That show's come a long way.
Wow. So it's close, and that was a great answer from Jay. I agree. I still think that Fear the Walking Dead, as good as it may be, I think its best season is still just a little bit better than some of the worst seasons in the Walking Dead. I would replace season 7 with season 3, but I wouldn't replace season 7 with season 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't. But definitely it's come a long way. And The Walking Dead is making a comeback, man. So all the people who are down on the show, turn those frowns upside down. Come on.
Yeah, they're doing right by
Start watching.
Fans.
Yeah, you gotta stop being so cynical watching this show. You kind of gotta let season 7 go, man. You gotta learn how to let go. It's therapeutic.
Yeah, and some of the negativity I've seen is some of Negan's dialect or some of his demeanor. Do you think it's too comic booky, or do you think that's the source material? So of course it's going to be a little out there.
That's Jeffrey Dean Morgan, man. Why he was in Shameless, he was in a Batman movie, and he was in tons of different things. And that's his act. I mean, I think he's doing a great job. I think the only thing that I have a problem with Negan is he's not a physically imposing villain that he was in the comic book. But we already talked about that. You know, they kind of remade the governor into a physically imposing governor where he was a scrawny piece of shit in the comic. So I understand what they're doing, and I actually like his character, and I don't think he's too forced. I think he's doing a great job. I just think that he's such a busy guy that he doesn't have as much airtime. I think if we see more of him, I think the fans would appreciate the Negan that they're giving us. But we have to see more of him. you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
You know, so but you can't get down on Jeffrey Dean Morgan's performance because it's fucking incredible. The guy is he's catchy. It's catchy to watch him, just like Simon. They're really they grab your attention. So I don't know. Maybe it's me. I think he's doing a great job.
I agree.
Yeah. So definitely keep the questions coming. Tune in. My spiel, and I always say, check out Jay's website. He's doing a great job. Just, you know, if you have Facebook, like his page. If you have Twitter, follow us on Twitter. If you have Instagram, you know, do the Instagram thing.
Yeah, we're hoping just more fun stuff. Upgrading my PC over here, so we're doing some VR stuff, which would be fun. You have to watch that, James. Man, Kelsey, watch the chat. I'll try to pick the scariest game I can find out there, just so you can hear me scream like a little girl. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fun.
I got some games for you, man.
It's gonna be fun. But we'll get some different, more video game oriented stuff out there. Still working on some projects behind the scenes.
Okay.
We'll keep you guys updated on that. Yeah, but just keep following us. We'll keep you guys, you know, up to date and everything on social media. So I'm not gonna spam you a lot. I'm basically just gonna tell you when we're gonna go live and what we're going live with.
Okay.
So that way you guys don't have to mute us or think we're gonna clog up your timeline or anything.
I have a suggestion, and Kelsey's probably not gonna like it. You should make Kelsey play the scariest game in VR.
I thought about that.
I would pay you money. I would donate to that.
Maybe we'll do a fundraiser. I think she said she should do a fundraiser.
Oh my God! I will watch it. I would watch it religiously.
It would be bad. I don't know. I don't think she gets through like the title. All right, press A to start. I can't.
Oh,
no. Well, yeah, maybe like the more money people donate, the longer she has to do it. Or something like that. She'd have to see a therapist or something afterwards. But we'll see. If you guys like that idea, let us know in the comments, and I will do the best to make that happen.
Somebody will post an anonymous bid of like $100 just to see her play something like Emily Wants to Play.
Oh, that was freaky.
Sorry, Kelsey.
You know, so freaky. Yeah.
But, oh my God.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us again tonight. You know, like James just said, like, subscribe, follow us on all the social medias. Comment. You know, let us know what you guys think. What we can improve on. You know, if you guys have any other questions, just let us know. Other than that, we'll see you guys next time when James and Jay dissects The Walking Dead.
Good night, everybody.